I mean, sooner or later, in journeying from starting to moving down this path of developing all 5 disciplines, sooner or later, everybody goes, wow, this is actually really hard. It is really hard. It's not trivial. That's why we always knew that the popularity of the original 5th discipline was unimportant, because popularity is more like a fad, right? Oh yes, we're all going to become a learning organization. You know, but it actually is difficult to become a violinist. It's difficult to become a master engineer. It's difficult to be a good parent. Life is actually difficult. And we think it should be easy. That's the problem. It's not the difficulty, it's our mental model that we think it should be easy. And then we suddenly realize, wow, this is actually really hard. So yes, the 5 disciplines are really daunting. And here's the things that usually help. Once you realize it's difficult because it's difficult, you give up worrying about it. Of course it's difficult. That means sometimes we do it better and sometimes we don't do it so well, so it's more like life. And then you realize, but you don't have to develop the mastery of all 5 disciplines at the same time. It's very natural that we start off focusing on this or this. A little bit of this has to do with personal predisposition. So maybe it's very natural for me to focus on vision because it's just kind of my character. So the personal mastery discipline is a natural one for me to focus on. And maybe being reflective is harder. So that takes a little more time to develop some real skill in mental models. Or I'm a very natural systems thinker, but it's very hard for me to listen to other people. So I focus a lot on the systems thinking discipline, but the team learning and collective conversation, it takes a little longer. So you allow yourself the space or the permission to move at your own pace. You don't master everything all at once. And so I think that helps. And then once you can get groups of people who can be patient in that way, that helps. Because it's not like we have to become masters of everything, but are we improving? Are we moving down the path? So in that sense, all the 5 disciplines are related to improvement science, or processes of continuous improvement. And the reason for that is there's just a spirit of tolerance and patience that's really, really necessary. We don't get there all at once. And to me, it's the necessary or the natural correlate of when we start to realize it's difficult. It's difficult because it's difficult. Okay, we don't get there all at once. There's an old saying in Africa, you only eat the elephant one bite at a time. And it's kind of life, right? You don't get everywhere all at once. So that becomes, as I said, a certain self-compassion or tolerance, or you slow down. And the question is, are we making progress? Not, are we perfect? We're never perfect.